he isn't claimed Dan Jones is supposed to clear waivers at 4 p.m. today, and all of a sudden there's kind of a firestorm. Teams just lining up. Hey, they want to sign him. Who are you hearing? Who's going to end up signing Daniel Jones, and is it going to happen today?
Well, you have to understand what this is about. And he goes through waivers. I would expect that he clears waivers at 4 o'clock. And anybody that signs him gets a former starting quarterback for the rest of the year for basically $375,000. And not only do they have to pay him $375,000 for a good backup, like you just compare Daniel Jones to the backup quarterback on a lot of these teams and say, who would you rather have? But then if he goes and leaves this offseason and signs with another team, even for backup quarterback money, $7-8 million a year, the Ravens then would get a compensatory draft pick, or the Vikings, or whoever signs him. Right? So the upside in signing this guy is you get him as a backup and you get a compensatory draft pick for $375,000. So why would every team not be lining up? Now, I think Daniel Jones, I believe he's going to be a little bit selective and prefer to go to a playoff team like Baltimore, like Minnesota. I think those two teams will figure prominently here. He doesn't want to go from the Giants to the Raiders, despite the fact that the Raiders lost Gardner Minshew. That I'd be surprised in the end if that's what he winds up doing. I think he's going to want to go to a environment that is a stable organization, a successful organization, playing meaningful games. So he'll clear, or at least we expect him to clear waivers at 4 o'clock today. And then he'll get to choose his own home, which I would imagine will happen sooner rather than later. Ravens play on Monday Night Football tonight. We'll see if they turn out to be the team. I just think that they'll be in the thick of this thing. And I think there are other playoff teams as well that'll be in the thick. Like if you were Daniel Jones, why would you not want to go play for Kevin O'Connell or John Harbaugh or some of these teams out there having the types of seasons that they are? So that's what I think he'll wind up doing.
I would like to see Daniel Jones in that Baltimore Ravens locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Just behind the scenes, yeah. I would like to see everything about that. No matter where he goes, obviously, we assume he's going to do very well, just like Saquon Barkley has done since leaving that building that we got to watch the decision get made in the Hard Knocks offseason, which leads to AP Tone's question for you, Shefty.
Yeah, talk about that, Shefty. Just that offseason Hard Knocks now rolling into Daniel Jones being cut, what Saquon Barkley is doing. We watched those clips and how much Mara loved Barkley and talking to Joe Shane, like, I'm not going to be able to sleep if Saquon goes to the Eagles. Does all of this lead to a hot seat for Joe Shane because of, what has happened and what has played out and what we saw Mara say about all of it?
Well, look, he has stood behind his GM and owner, and he has said that he does not plan to make changes. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's his plan. That's what he wants to do. Except they are 0-6 at home right now. You wonder if that's going to factor in. You wonder if there'll be more losing down the stretch that factors in. You got Daniel Jones on the street. You got Saquon Barkley setting Eagles franchise single-game records for most rushing yards and most scrimmage yards. You got Xavier McKinney in Green Bay, tied for the league lead in interceptions right now.
Yep.
So this is something that they have to decide. Again, they have been steadfast in saying we're standing behind our people. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But I'm just saying,
so what? So what? The offensive player of the year could have been here, and also the defensive player of the year
Not a big deal.
could have been here and were here. And the guy that we decided to keep instead of these guys, he's not here either. All
Just
three.
cut his ass.
Okay, so what? I mean, that is, if you're Joe Shane, you're looking in the mirror going, I got no shot.
I screwed up. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. Yeah.
What the hell?
All these decisions have to be made, obviously, and it's easy.
Here's the other thing about it. Like, they're on Hard Knocks in the offseason.
Oh, my God. The worst.
Is that so it's survive?
You could just see, I'm like, oh, my
That
God.
show?
We're see all
like that
these
version
clips.
of the show.
There's no way that show is, nobody's, maybe ownership that doesn't know what this show was like this past year, but there's no way anybody signs up for that, right? No way.
You know what? Here's how I would sign up for that. If Patrick Mahomes were my quarterback, if Lamar Jackson were my quarterback, like if I had a long-standing, successful organization.
But then you're not.
History. like
you're not going to let cameras in on the way you make decisions. Then, if you're actually good, like that's this is just like Dallas Cowboys giving tours of the practice facility. Like nobody that wins championships actually does that. That's not
Bean's got enough moxie.
But
to
again,
let him
like,
in Buffalo.
when the Giants do this, like so we have the owner admitting that he doesn't want to see them lose Saquon Barkley, and he's going to lose sleep if he goes to the Eagles. Oh, boy. Okay, well, that happens. We have them talking about Jaden Daniels trying to go up to get him while they have a starting quarterback because they love Jaden Daniels. And you know what? They were right about Jaden Daniels. He's really good.
Yep.
They were right about that. They were worried about their quarterback. They openly said it. And guess what? He's not on the roster anymore. Like, all these things played out in real life. What? I mean, listen, I love access. And I'm all for seeing what teams do, but
agreed.
To put that on in the offseason, if you're a team that has some major issues and question marks, that's ballsy.
Yeah, if you're an owner and you hate your GM and you've been looking for a reason, sign him up.
Yeah, good way. We'll see him in Vegas.
Yeah, because we would normally not know all these conversations happen. We would not have a clue.
Well, you would think they happen, but you just don't know that they happened.
Yeah, you're right. And while we're watching it, we're like, wait, we have better conversations in the think tank, I think, than they're actually having.
What the hell?
About which led even more to like, is this how it is everywhere, or just this one place that doesn't win? It was a phenomenal. Hard Knocks NFL Film should win an award for that.
Yes,
they did a great job. They do a great job. The issue is not with them.
Some of it, yeah. Some of their stuff's really good. The Hard Knocks, that offseason one was a home run.
Yeah.
That was an absolute home run.
Need it again.
But I need it.
I know nobody wants
Not
to
on my
sign up
team.
for need it.
Not on my
that's
well,
what they
I
should-
don't have one.
Like it's going to be the Raiders. I can almost guarantee it. Like Mark Davis just following him to PF Chang's, doing whatever the hell he does, wearing that backpack, playing Game Boy in his office, and then they actually do. They're in a position to draft a quarterback in like the top 5. So there's a little juice there.
Probably Shador.
Yeah, exactly.
Who took a nasty hit.
Yeah.
Pop right back up, didn't miss a play.
Dog. Son of a
Dog.
bitch.
Absolute dog. Congrats. Look at this. Do you see this from this weekend?
Oh,
Damn, man.
Fortunately, his leg was up.
Yeah.
His leg was
Thank God.
planted. Oh, boy.
Yeah, either one of them. If either one of his legs were planted, we're talking bad news.
No
But,
penalty.
no penalty called. Obviously, one of his offensive linemen comes to fight, which I appreciate. A couple more jump in there, but he didn't miss a play.
No.
Dog.
Absolute dog. Yeah, especially with how much money I assume he's already made in his life, how much money he comes from, to just bounce right back up and have that toughness. What a dog. They can't be losing that game, though, against Kansas.
No.
Kansas are red hot. College football was fucking bananas.